For me, I mean, I had, I guess, 20 minutes. I just kind of just sat down with it, and we just started playing.
I've always wondered, was there ever going to be a way to play like a guitar player, like truly play like a guitar player? Because I mean, we've both been in situations where we played aux or like different types of parts that that instrument like requires something like that with the pitch bend and glide and everything. But I never imagined it being an actual thing. I just accepted defeat as well.
Right.
But the fact that this can do it is crazy.
I spent a lot of time with synthesizers, and with all the different expressions that synthesizers, pitch bend, modulation, all that stuff, my brain is like wired that way, from just playing with synthesizers and tweaking things for so long. When it comes to this, I'm already thinking about the different dynamics, the different types of expression that it can communicate. So I just kind of start immediately thinking, okay, pitch bend, how do I bend, Typically with keyboard sounds, I've heard some soprano patches that are okay in some keyboards, but then like the altos always sound like it just sounds stupid. To be honest, I mean, it just is what it is. That's one of those instruments that's just hard to replicate. But when I sat down with it and the way that how expressive, the touch is, and just like barely touching it, you can, it gives you a very similar dynamic range, that you would get, with the velocity or sound from like an actual saxophone. So, and then the quality of the samples, and I say probably the saxophone is probably one of my favorite ones. Saxophone and the upright for sure.
I'm a gearhead, so like I've known about the Seaboard for 2 years now, and like I know there's just like thousands of possibilities. I'm glad I got to sit down and play it.
I started on piano, and then moved over to synthesizers, organs, all the things like that. And I've always wanted to, on the piano, especially hanging out with a lot of guitar players. Like I always want to be like, man, y'all can bend, I can't bend, So on playing the piano, I've always wanted to be able to bend. So it's something that I've in my mind, like, man, it'd be cool to see this. I mean, it's mind blowing for sure.